Ever
I've
definitely
spent
interesting.
so much time just going down rabbit holes.
Brain ticklers.
Yeah, I don't know if it's made me a better person.
It just fucks up your thought process, you're right? You're just like driving down the street and then you have this random thought about,
It'll make for good conversation. I always have like things that I could pull up. Did you know? Because there's always stuff in there.
It's nice to have the friends that kind of are in the same little like, they're open to kind of some of the weird shit, so you can just have fun conversations.
And I have friends that go too far. Like, I'll call Eddie Bravo up and I'll just go, I gotta go. I can't.
He's like, dude.
He's so deep. He's so deep in the CIA, MK Ultra, like the deepest of the deep.
Yeah.
He's in that shit all day long. And my friend Kurt Metzger, he's the worst. If I call him up, like he knows everything about every conspiracy that's ever happened, and he knows all the people that were involved, and he'll start rattling things off to you like, oh my God, you give me anxiety.
Yeah, it probably freaks you out.
Yes.
I can only imagine. You're like, okay, stop.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Especially today. It's just like, seems like the world could fucking explode at any minute.
Oh, at any minute, dude. What the hell are we living in? That's why I guess it's better to just kind of, you got to put a stop to, like, what we consume, or like what information we want to like let into our brains, because Jesus.
There's was it Avi Levinovich? Is that the guy that was on the podcast that talked about? He has a great phrase. He we have processed food is bad for you, ultra processed food. This is processed information.
Yeah.
And that's the way he described it. I was like, oh yeah, it's like junk food for your brain. It's like you're eating snacks,
man,
instead of like taking in a meal.
Yeah, that's so crazy. It reminds me, I don't know why, kind of off subject, but on, the comedian Ronnie Chang?
Yes. So
he had a really, really funny like part in his most recent like stand-up bit, and he talks a lot about like social media and just like the internet and this country, everything. But he said one thing, he's like something about like Americans. He's like, it's very common, Americans like, I'll die for my country, I'll die. And he's like, how about you read a book for your country? He's like, how about that, And it was funny coming from
Ronnie's
him and
funny,
the tone.
man.
But I mean,
He's
like,
funny.
that's, I guess, what brought that up is like, processed information, right? We have a lot of fast, info. Somebody can divvy up a video really quick and put it out there, and it's the first thing we see, so we believe it, or like something can go viral and we've seen it a bunch of times, and then on to the next thing, and we're getting this information. But like, it's a lot different than like, okay, let me pick up a book or like a couple things and actually read it and see if these things align, and like, okay, now I can kind of formulate like, okay, this is closer to the truth.
An actual understanding, the history, how these things are figured out, how this is formulated, what led to that, instead of just the article, or worse yet, a YouTube or TikTok video.
Yeah.